Cryptocurrency Bitcoin broke above $20,000, ending its longest run below that price level since the token first breached the threshold in late 2022. The largest cryptocurrency by market value rose as much as 4.15% to $20,185. The token has traded below $20,000 for nearly 3 weeks, breaking the coin's trademark volatility. Other digital assets followed, with Ether gaining as much as 11%, its highest price this month, and so-called other coins like Solana and Dogeoin also advanced. To get more details about this is Arshad Khan. He's the CEO of Venomex Limited, and he joins us on the phone. Thank you very much for joining us on Talk 100.3.
Hey, hi, how are you?
It's great to have you on. Bitcoin, it's breaking the $20,000 threshold, but it is down across much of the year. Why have we seen this recent rise?
I think it's a very classic example of short squeeze, which happens usually when such kind of scenarios happen. Most of the people, they were predicting that it will go down further, considering the new interest rates may hike next week. But somehow the prices jumped up and the short sellers have to cover up their positions, which led to the further increase in the price. So I think after a month or so, we are seeing this cross of 20K. Which is still maintaining in the last couple of days, which shows a good signal.
It shows a very good signal. I mean, many cryptocurrencies rose yesterday alongside US stocks. Many investors had mixed corporate earnings and weighed risk to economic growth. But overall, Bitcoin has had a really strong correlation to many tech stocks. But do you still see Bitcoin as something that could serve as a hedge against inflation?
Yes, certainly there has been, till last year, if you see, there has been a lot of data that was available which showed that it was quite a good hedge against the inflation. But somehow the statistics changed this year, especially when we see there is a very positive correlation between the tech stocks, as you rightly said, which are more risky, and Bitcoin and other crypto, which are again considered to be a risky asset class because of the huge volatility that it carries. So in this year, we are seeing a positive correlation. But again, as you would see, that stock markets and the underlying cryptocurrencies also, they are part of the not so safe investments as you consider otherwise in the debt market or in the treasury market.
Look, no one really knows whether the token can maintain trading above $20,000. But what is the psychological significance of this $20,000 benchmark?
It's, of course, a very strong psychological significance that it carries. We have seen, like in July, the range has been between 18K to 24K all throughout this year. Let's see how long it can sustain above 20K. And if it does, then, of course, we would be seeing some good positive results out of that. That's what my personal opinion is.
Yeah, we have to look at where it's been for the last month. Its 30-day volatility is at a 6-year low, which could mean, well, many people are predicting a breakout. That's where you're sitting, a breakout is due.
I think that's a good angle to see at, because most of the time Bitcoin and other crypto have been rubbish because of the volatility that they carry. But as you rightly said, in the 30 days, the volatility has been quite range bound, which is again a good signal for an asset class to show its maturity. And that's what Bitcoin has been showing. So if there is either way movement, I think it will be very much in a proper range rather than what it has been in the last few years, a very radical movement up or down.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you look at what's happening, it probably is a good sign. Many people are saying that it could push up to, 21K. There are some time pivots around October 27 and November 2nd, those interest rates periods, and a potential bottom out by mid-December are some of the reports where it comes through. But when you look at the strengthening US dollar, many currencies around the world are getting smashed against the US dollar. How is that? Does that have any correlation between the strengthening US dollar and the price of Bitcoin?
There is certainly, but I think those things have already been factored in. That's what I think, especially the upcoming interest rate announcements and the US dollar pricing factors. I think the market has already absorbed those things, and that's why we are seeing this kind of bullish movement.
It certainly is. But overall, it's down. It's probably down 60% this year. But again, people do love a headline. To say that it's broken through that 20,000 barrier is always a good sign. Arshad Khan, the CEO of Venomex Limited. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon on Talk 100.3.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
Wonderful. Great to have you on. So there we go. How are you seeing the currency Bitcoin? Do you see now is a time to invest, or are you still cautious that you'd like to see it above that 20,000 barrier to see some level of security before you look to part with your money? Let us know your thoughts. 0586861003. They were the thoughts of Arshad Khan, the CEO of Venomex Limited, as Bitcoin has broken through the 20,000 US dollar barrier, ending a 2-week